This European cricket event is proudly brought to you by HCL Software, Rado and Victorinox.
That's gone high, but it's a chance. Bilal is under it. He rarely drops those, and he doesn't drop it on this occasion. It's the first wicket falls for Malta. It's 3 for 1. And it's Priyan Pushparajan who didn't really get going. He's really reaching for that. Probably wouldn't have been a wide. It was just inside that white line. But it wasn't really there to be hoiked at. And Bilal made no mistakes. And this one has found the gap eventually. Mark Simpson-Parker running around. Sahir Zadran, after his great first over, he is brought back. After going for just 3 in his first over, he's gone for 4 off the very first ball of his second over. This one's gone high in the air. There's no deep cover out actually, and they'll take that. That's just been squirted over. This is a big shot. There's no tutting on that one. That's going to go all the way, and it's just stopped by the net. Bilal is into the action and straight into the wickets. That's a great catch out there by Shigarwal. He was conscious of the fact that his feet were quite close to that boundary rope. He had one eye on the boundary and one eye on the ball. Didn't go cross-eyed, took the catch comfortably. That's the end of Rocky.
Yeah, it is, and Rocky might have got one up the fence, but Rasmal Shigarwal, mentioned since he's given up the captaincy, seems to just be like a man in a field sometimes. Pretty lonely out there on the boundary in the outfield, but he does a good job, doesn't he? Well, he took that ridiculous catch earlier today, the one-hand job. Let's see how he goes here in match 4. And the first one carved away, and that's going to be 4. Usual.
This is a big shot. It's up in the air. Captain to captain, it's the Maltese captain that comes out on top with that one, and he just levered that. Didn't really put his feet anywhere, but when it's in that hitting arc, especially for the right-hander going across the left-hander, if it's coming into them, anything in that area is going to get the treatment.
Hit wicket's quite unusual. Have seen hit wicket off a wide probably 3 or 4 times.
Prasath goes again through his favourite area, through mid-wicket, and he gets enough of that one. That one is gonna go again, and that's almost into, I think it's the basketball courts over there, as a horse stalls past in the distance as well.
Yeah, it's a fairly normal thing you'll see in the European cricket tour.
Creatures of all kinds,
yeah.
And that was quite a hit there by Prasath.
That's the reason that people... Anyway, that's going to be 6 as well, up and over the top, over the tents, Maximo. Somebody's put a couple into the Prasath zone and paid the price.
The P spot, and it's gone all the way.
Well, they do say not every bowler can find the P spot, but I think that Bilal Zama has here. Full toss, trouble, and that's going to go for 4. Pitches just inside, so Purna is going to smack it within 60 seconds of the last wicket falling. That's a penalty. That's hit pretty well as well, and that will go for 6. Timed out, and we've only had one hit the ball twice.
Okay.
In the air, that should be gone. It is gone. Safi takes the catch. Prasath is going to have to go. Probably was in the P spot really, but this time Prasath not able to get the timing. So unfortunately for him, he finishes a little bit early compared to what he would have liked. He's out for 33. It's 76 for 3.
Yeah, it was maybe one hoist too many for the Maltese captain there. Does get 33, but a captain's knock is important, as we saw with Zima's deploy for Hungary in the previous game.
Oh, that's in the Affy zone. So now we've got the A squad there, and that's out of the park. Maximo. Well, that's hit pretty well as well, isn't it? That's going to be 6. Maximo for Purna. Still a big threat there, isn't he?
Specific equation, it might have been true, but here we are back to live in the air and taken. It's the 4th wicket down for Malta as Purna has to go. He fired brightly, but it's just not enough. It's 23 off 9 for him. Kind of playing across the line of that one.
I mean, I know he plays that shot well, but he's good enough to hit that straight, isn't he? Pouring up, maybe goes for the cheese and falls into the trap. But he'll go for 23 off 9. Oh, that's going to be 6 as well. That's Zafi Khan, who's lighting it up. We're into the 9th. It all happens in the 9th. Zafi bowling is only over of this innings.
And this one's been hit very straight. And it's going to just drop short of the boundary. It's going to roll over 4-4. He goes again. I think that's going to, again, be a 1 bounce 4.
Deliberately or otherwise, which is certainly quite different.
This one's been hit a long way. It's over Bilal, who's standing there long off. But you can only watch Kamikaze
tackle
batting.
the bowler. That's French cut, and that's going to disappear for 4.
Final ball. It's gone up in the air. Bilal is under it, and he takes a great catch. He takes that catch actually in mid-air. So the Malta innings kind of stutters towards its end, and they finish 120 for 5 off their 10 overs. Got a lot of control with the ball, but that's a lot of control with the bat as well. And Bilal wastes absolutely no time hitting the first ball of the innings through cow covers, cow corner for 6. We're in the power play still, which means that only 2 fielders can field outside of the ring. And this one goes on the offside, but the result will be exactly the same. Bilal goes back-to-back 6s to start off the Austria innings. Zeyshan Arif has seen Bilal Zalmay hit his first ball for 6, and he says, anything you can do, I can do as well.
Quite clever thinking, actually. He goes slower ball first up. Probably not what Zalmay was expecting, but he picks it. He just holds back in his stroke, smashes it down the ground for 4. Ran out Phil Neville, former Australian keeper. This one is probably halfway to Australia. That's in the archery range. Maybe not quite, but maybe it did make it in the end. But Maximal, 6 runs. Give him half the credit.
Final ball of David Marks is over, and it's in the air for a long time. There's 2 of them converging on it, and they do take the catch cleanly. That's Amar Sharma there in the covers taking the catch. That will be the end of Bilal. He almost resigned himself to a run out earlier in the over, but he doesn't last much longer than that. That's the first wicket to fall for Austria, 33 for 1 at the end of the second over.
For a guy who looked like he had to just kind of sweep his Zimmer frame out the way of the ball before, Amar Sharma has found a new lease on life when the wicket was up for grabs. Credit to him. He's able to take a good catch running back with the flat. So Marks really think he has... 6 runs. Thanks for coming, Zeyshan Arif. He's going to put it out of the ground. Maximal, 6 runs. That's one I've never thought of. This is 4 runs as well. And yeah, the runs keep on coming for Austria. Basically ramping them onto his stumps. All right, goes for this. Doesn't really get it, but the field's up, and that's going to have the distance anyway. So Maximal for Arif. And point is over. Going the journey so far. But I think probably if he looked at the replay, he probably would have tried to catch it.
Looks like an action replay here, but that one has gone about 5 metres further, and that's a big 6. Straight onto the stumps. That feels...
I think it's out.
Like you shouldn't give it out. I mean, maybe you could withdraw that appeal, as that one gets the treatment as well. David Marks bangs it in a bit short. Prasath has brought himself on here, and he might wish he hadn't, because that's gone a long, long way. It's just about being caught in the netting there. Keep the Archers safe. First ball of the 5th over. It's gone for a 6. Austria fly into the 70s.
No, if you misjudge, it might be 4, but well, never mind 4. This one's going to be 6. Shigawal lighting it up, and you can see what they need for the bonus point there. I still think that they're in the mix, and Shigawal and Arif both big hitters, and I'd like to know. I think there's already been more 6s in this innings than there were in the whole first innings. Yeah, 10 6s in this innings already. We're not even at the halfway point.
Yeah, they all thought it went for 4, and that's a great take. I think Sugarwell thought that was going to go for 4, but it went straight back into the hands of Porner. He's looking down at his fingers because I think he realised afterwards that actually that came quite sharply at him.
Bowling hand as well, so hopefully it's not too serious. It's just superficial, but it's good catch. And yeah, it was flat batted by Raz Sugarwell. And Porner to his preferred side admittedly, but still it did come at him reasonably quickly. He took it upstairs, and that's the end of a very dangerous hitter. Sugarwell out for 22, and Austria 84 for 2. Also, kind of makes it more likely, I think, with Sugarwell walking back, that Malta at least take their point out of this game.
Yeah,
They should stay in their crease.
Tell that to Johnny Bairstow as well. And this one's gone long, and I think it's just dropped short of the boundary. I think it will be a 4. We'll check on the replay, but Arif, that will take him into the 40s no matter what.
It's been called 6 actually, so it's really close. Let's see if we can have a look exactly where this bounces. Yeah, there's another one of those 50.5-metre sixes. So yeah, anyway, here's Prasath, more left arm spin.
And if Austria want to get that bonus point, then they need a few more of those big shots from Mark Simpson-Parker. That's 6 of them. They'll need 24 more off 5 balls. That one's going to be lodged in the jungle somewhere, because that's gone all the way. Dragged a bit short by Captain Prasath. That one's gone high, and it's going to go all the way just about. It's probably about a 52-metre boundary there, and that takes Zeshan Arif to 55 off just 21 balls. So a outstanding half century for him. He gets a big bear hug from Mark Simpson-Parker.
On the chat.
Mark Simpson-Parker hits that with so much power. There's a fielder out there at long off and on the cover boundary, and there's only maybe about 15 metres between them. And it might even be a wicket, and it is. That's taken in the outfield by Rocky. That's the end of Mark Simpson-Parker, but he's probably done the job needed for his team. He goes 12 and out, leaving Austria needing just 5, and you've got a couple of seconds to tell us about the latest weird dismissal.
I do, but MSP, I'll be a bit disappointing, can't finish off, but still, his team's going to win, and that's what he'll care about more. Nicely taken by Rocky down there. And Simpson-Parker will probably be icing the finger tonight, and he'll be back tomorrow. Fake fielding. Please don't go for 6. Oh, and that's the end of the game. Safi finishes it off by putting it into the tennis courts. And Austria, well, they get their first win. And so what that means is, now, all 3 teams win 1 game today. In fact, Malta win 2 games. So really, it's wide open. They don't get the bonus point, Austria, but they do get a pretty sizable win, bringing it up with 13 balls to spare.